let's pass this one on to Greg, because I would
Yes.
also love to find out. So I'm going to pass you
Oh, pass it to me. I'm going to fake it and woo! G-Man.
Ooh, nice little dummy there from my fiance, at least for the next 8 minutes, okay? Why? Because I need someone to help me unpack the Vodacom URC. It is heating up. The South African teams had a good weekend, if not a nervy weekend. 1 or 2 little blipses along the way. The Stormers edging out Connacht 34-29 with Sasha Feinberg and Ngomazulu hat-trick, and a little bit of spice thrown in there as well, courtesy of VAR. The Lions playing hopes take a hit after a 42-31 loss to Benetton. They're a bit of a hoodoo side for us. Then the Bulls, they scraped past Munster 16-13. The Sharks, they also got the win, I'm going to say 18-17, thanks to Mapimpi's late try. And my fiance this morning, Robbie Gillette, looks absolutely beautiful. He is a content creator, did some push-ups before coming in here. He's also a sportsman, okay, professional. But I don't even know how to talk to you. Happy Family Day, my guy.
Family Day,
you are
fiance.
part of the family, man.
Thank you. I hope so. You're my fiance.
Well, have you asked yet? I haven't asked. I haven't got permission yet, but
I think
it's
we
a bit
just
nervy. Yeah, surprise. Buddy, it's crazy out there. In the world of sport, it's just crazy. I want to talk about Akane Simbine all the time now because he's just done something amazing. 10 under 10, just mind-blowing. But we have to talk rugby right now. So let's talk about the Sharks. 18-17 over Edinburgh. A win is a win, right?
At this stage of the season, I don't know. I don't know.
What do they need to do to get better out on the road?
I honestly wish I could tell you. It's one of the questions that have been with me for like the last 2 seasons.
The coaching team is feeling the same.
Sure John Plumptree is feeling the same thing this morning on Family Day. I don't know, they just struggle. Like, if you look at that side, full of Springboks, and like, so often people say like, oh, they're Springboks, but sometimes it's like, you know, one-cap Springboks, which is still good, but these are like experienced Springboks that are playing, like in Earburn. I just feel like they struggle away from home, and even at home, they're not really gelling. There's like a weird sort of cohesiveness that's missing between those guys. And I was saying, honestly, like, I think maybe the Sharks need to change their colours to green and gold, because maybe that's when they'll...
Wow, but maybe you're right in the sense that it's the system, not necessarily the players. You've got so many talented players in that team. I get that, but how do you get them to be able to express themselves within that? It must be a frustrating time.
It's a frustrating watch. Imagine being a coach and like, being a supporter.
And what do you do? At least Earburn brought the gears, but you can see he's been bottled up for a few months and needed to just let it all out, buddy. We got you. You let it out, my friend. Frustrations, I think, for all South Africans around the Lions. They show us what they are capable. The amount that they've recovered, I'm going to say, it's not like they were in the darkest place, but they've had a lot of building to do over the last few years, and then it all just seems to evaporate from performance to performance. So what...
Do you know what I think it is? Like, there's no continuity at 10 for them, at fly-off, actually. You know, since Jordan Hendrickson left, they've sort of been floating between 3 fly-offs. So look at Gianni Lombard, who's actually a 15, who's actually played quite nicely at 10. And there's a Sam Francis who's young, Cade Volater is also pretty young. But they're not playing consistently.
And no one's taking ownership of the position.
No one's grabbed that 10, I think, since Sanele Nahamba. You know, remember when he came on and played 10, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, this guy's incredible.
He's the guy,
So I think they just lack a little bit of that continuity at 10. Obviously, 10 drives your game. And I just don't think they have that at the moment. And then also own worst enemies. Like, they're not a bad team anymore. So it's not like, oh, it's the Lions, they've overdone themselves this week. It's like they've actually got Springboks now. They've got really good young players that actually need to perform if they want to play. There's 16 tests for the Springboks this year. They want to play, they're going to start having to win these last 3 URC games and put their hands up.
At least we've got... And is that all that's left for the Lions now? Are their hopes dashed?
If I'm not mistaken, I'm 99% sure that they are now mathematically out of the playoff run, which is sad.
We still love you guys. There's a lot of love. It's Family Day, man. It's Family Day. Sasha Feinberg and Ngomazulu, clearly he understands that there are this many tests on the way this year, and he is ready to put his hand. Not like last year wasn't a bad season for him, or last season, but clearly picking up where he left off. Sure.
Hat-trick in the first half.
Come on.
In 40 minutes of rugby. I couldn't believe it. Also not just like sort of, look, these tries are incredible. He's gotcha, he's gone around the guy. Oh, it's just a beautiful watch, isn't it? He knows exactly what it's almost like he's got so much time on the ball.
It's schoolboy rugby. I hate to say, but that's what it looks like.
I'm so glad you said
looks like you're watching like a Southern Suburbs derby, a good Pretoria derby, like something. It's schoolboys expressing themselves, which is amazing, man.
And I like the way he expresses himself on defense as well. Like, he's really not scared. And I saw it was quite scrappy, like off the ball stuff as well. I think they were trying to maybe target him. and he came back properly, and gave it a little bit back. I was at the stadium,
So where did they fall down? Was it just Connacht's day? Were they just playing really well, or what's the...
Defensively, I mean, Dobbo said afterwards, that's the worst defensive performance they've seen in years, which is not great with the playoff hopes.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Storm is sitting 8th as well. There's hardly a buffer. So it's not great. Like on attack, Storm is always going to look good with those backs, but on defense, I thought they got around us too easily, and it cost us dearly. And the Connacht side's also struggling, Like it's not a...
Yeah, I know they've been a whipping boy of late. So is this the right time for something like this to keep momentum, but have a bit of a wake-up call to say, okay, they can just tackle bags all week?
Yeah, no attack. Well, I think you can only tell afterwards, how they respond, right? So then it can be like, oh yeah, it was a good moment for us. It's like we turned it around, or it can be like,
off that.
We've actually just, not done nicely here.
Sometimes you've got to win ugly. And the Bulls seem to have that way of doing it. We know how important these wins are now out on the road. If you're going to come back home, hopefully for the crunch games, it matters for South African teams. We know that. The Bulls, okay? Are they your...
You know what, the Bulls... It's so strange. The Bulls haven't massively impressed me this year, but they're winning.
Yeah, they're there.
And, they beat Munster at home this weekend with a 10 who's not an out-and-out 10. Coming on towards the end, managing the game. I think the Bulls have a real shot this year of winning this URC.
If you're a betting man, is that where your money would go?
Yeah. For South African team, yes. Unfortunately, I'd love to put some money down on the store.
I wasn't asking you as a fiancé if you put money on the game, dude. I wasn't saying. I came into
now I can be honest.
And we can both bet on the game. It's all right. That's what we do in our relationship. I think take the level of performance from whence it came. We got the wins, majority of the wins, and we'll take this at that stage of the competition.
For sure.
Love you guys. Thank you for spending your whole weekend watching rugby, man. I'm sorry that we do that.
I struggled. I
hope you were able to squeeze in some other sports.
I
bit
did.
Of tennis, bit of Formula One.
I did.
It's balance. It's all about finding balance in your life. Whatever way you slice it, of course, the South African side's doing some amazing things to get the win at this stage of the URC. It is building towards crunch time now. I think round 15 out of 18. So we need it. A little bit nervy, but we'll take it. Sasha Feinberg and Ngomazulu, you get the nod of the weekend. Well done, sir. Incredible.